In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dark Sama once again, welcoming you to the Darkest Dungeon. Last time we did the tutorial video, ran through real quick, got our first two characters, did our first couple battles, nothing too major. This time, before we start off, I want to talk a little bit about the hamlet. And before I talk about the hamlet, I just want to say I reviewed the last video, and I realized I didn't have my mouse on, so you couldn't really see what I was doing. I mean, you could, but you couldn't, if that makes any sense. Anyway, hopefully I fixed it this time. You should be able to see it now. Yay. Alright, so the hamlet. This is where you are going to be spending your time if you are not doing a dungeon run, obviously. We got several things here that we can look at right now. Everything that's boarded up is inaccessible at the moment. So let's actually look at our stagecoach.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Alright, so the stagecoach is where you're gonna get new heroes from. And it's also where you are going to be able to upgrade your roster. See, right here, we can only have up to 9 characters right now. Once we upgrade that, we'll be able to get more. Same goes with the stagecoach itself. Right now, we can every time you come back to the hamlet, click on the stagecoach. Right now, you can only get 2 more characters. So, gotta upgrade it a little bit. When I start out, I like to upgrade...
foolishly seeking fortune and glory in this domain of the damned.
When I start out, I like to upgrade my stagecoach first, just because then I have more heroes to work with. Having a wide variety is a good thing, especially if you say you lose somebody, but you have another character of the same type, that could be good. But that's just me. That's just how I play it. So we have a Plague Doctor and a Vestal. So our Plague Doctor actually has some pretty decent skills. Phangophobia, 20% stress damage if torch above 75, so we'll have to get rid of that. Ruins Tactician does plus 15 damage in ruins. That's actually very good. I wish she would have had Incision, but we can get that later. So we're gonna have our Plague Doctor here. And Scott, I think I'm pronouncing that
What better
right.
laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
And then we have our Vestal, who doesn't have the one skill I would really like. But we'll get to that later. She does have a couple good skills, that's good. Resolution in town will never drink, that's fine. Can't get drunk, can't lose my items. Works for me. So we'll welcome Dudley.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
I'm pretty sure Dudley's not a girl name. I won't make any Harry Potter references this time. Alright, right here we have our graveyard.
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
Here we have our graveyard. If anybody dies, they'll end up here. With luck, I won't kill anybody. But that is, I think, way too optimistic of an idea. So we'll just ignore that for now. Here we have the Ancestors' Memoirs.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
And the memoirs are, basically, that's telling you what's going on. Every time you go to a boss, he'll talk a little about something, and you can replay it here on any of these. Like right here, you can see we could click on either of these. Who is texting me? Why is my sound still on? Go away. I'm in the middle of a recording. Alright, sorry. We could click on either of these to replay those videos. Not that I'm going to do that since we've already seen them. And so that's all you have in your hamlet for now. We're actually going to get started on our next...
A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
we're gonna get started on our next run. I'm sorry, our first run. Technically, our first run into this area where we are gonna be going. As you can see, there are 5 areas now that the full release has been updated. Yay! So we have the ruins, the warrens, the weald, the cove is over here behind your words, and the darkest dungeon. We always start out in the ruins, explore 90% of rooms, not bad. Now I was playing before the cove was unlocked, which is pretty early on. What was I saying? I was getting off topic there. Starting in the ruins, only have 4 characters, all 4 of them are going. The usual suspects. Party's team is called the usual suspects because you always start out with these 4 characters. Alright. It's provision.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
Okay. So for each region you want to take different items. Certain items will be more helpful in some areas than others. In the ruins, you're more likely to be bled than have blight, so I'm not going to take really any anti-venoms except for the one that's already there. Because that comes with the Plague Doctor, which is nice. I'm going to take 12 foods since I have the gold for it. Shovels, you're probably going to want to have a lot of shovels in the ruins because there will be a lot of blockages more times than not. Depending on how long the run is. I'm going to take 6 bandages just in case. Take a couple keys. I've already got a holy water. Maybe take 1 more, and then I'm going to do 8 torches. Whoops. That's more than 8. Sell it back. There we go. Alright, I'm clicking on it. Why won't you sell back? Okay, I don't know what's going on here. It doesn't want to click on these very well. Alright, there we go. That was obnoxious. I don't know why it's not doing that. I'm gonna blame the recording software, because it doesn't do that when I'm not recording. Alright, what I got? Oh, bless me. Alright. You know, if any of you sneezed, bless you. Just because that reminded me of that. Oh, wow. That was a sneeze. I'm getting so distracted and I haven't even started yet. Alright. So, we are all prepared. Let's get going. Alright, so, what is there to say? There's nothing to say. We're just going to wait for this to load, and then I will keep explaining once we are actually in the dungeon. Alright, space or click. Let's get going. Okay, right click on a hero's image or portrait anytime to bring up all their stuff, just like that. If you're not in a battle, what you can do here is if you have more moves, you know, I'll explain that when we get to it, because we don't have it yet. We're exploring 90% of the rooms. It doesn't let me zoom out that much, so let's just start going off right now. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, look at that, free torch. Gotta love free torches. When you interact with objects, obviously right-click on them to activate. Alternately, you can press W, which will also do that for you.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Alright. Same thing with doors. You can press W to enter them, or you can click on them. Since the mouse doesn't want to work for this recording, I'm actually probably going to utilize the WASD keys more often than not. Alright, first battle. Bone Rabble. Let's get rid of these guys. And we got them surprised. Element of surprise. Grape Shot Blast. missed both of them. Of course you do. How do you miss? They were 3 feet in front of you. Whatever. Disorienting blast on the back row. Oh, it stunned him. That was something. Alright, we're actually going to do Judgment on this guy here. Now, I actually really like the Vestal's Judgment move because it will heal her by 3 every time you use it, which is actually pretty good if, like, say she gets a little bit hurt but you don't want to use a healing move. Judgment is good for that. Alright, we're gonna smite you.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Alright, you're stunned. Let's go back to my turn now. Alright, pistol shot. Oh, I can't reach him with pistol shot. Alright, we'll do open vein. Skeletons cannot bleed, so don't expect a bleed on that. Disorienting blast on the back. Disorienting blast is actually good because it clears corpses also. So if you're going to be running into a problem with a lot of corpses, I do have a Plague Doctor with Disorienting Blast. It's a good time to utilize that. We're going to do Judgment again.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Alright. 550 gold, that is not bad at all.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
So we've got this chest here. As you can see, it doesn't have a keyhole, so there's no point in using a key on it. Got a free shovel, 100 gold, and another anti-venom. Nice. Alright, let's see if we can zoom out more. We can zoom out more, sweet! Alright, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go up and around and ignore this room right here, since we only need to explore 90% of them. So that way I'm not backtracking. When you backtrack, most of the time, you can end up with more stress, and stress is never good.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Alright, right into our first blockage. This is why shovels are great. Blockages, use a shovel. If you choose to do it by hand, not only do they lose hit points, they also gain stress, and that can be really bad. Plus your torch goes down a little bit, and that kind of sucks too. Speaking of, buff it up a bit. Next battle. Alright. This cultist acolyte? Yeah, however you pronounce that. She's gonna cause stress to your party. She can also move them around. If you don't want stress and if you don't want your party rearranged, kill her first. Is what I would focus on. So I'm gonna Plague Grenade the back row. Got Blight. Alright. So Blight damage is good. She'll get 4 damage per round for 3 rounds. I'm gonna pistol shot her next. Oh, she dodged. Are you kidding? Don't dodge. Alright. Looks like it's her turn. Stressful incantation. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it can do a lot of stress damage. Ooh, 19 stress damage. Ouch. Alright. I'm gonna Zealous Accusation front 2. I really like moves that do damage to more than one person at a time because it can help whittle them all down. Nice dodge. Alright. Okay. So we're gonna do Judgment on her. It's their turn again. Please dodge. 7 damage. Alright. Not the worst. It is not the worst. Alright, I'm gonna Plague Grenade the back again. And you can keep stacking stuff like this. Like, if you keep hitting him with Plague, it'll stack. Now she's got 8 damage per round.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
And that killed her instantly. Stacking Blights and stacking Bleeds can really help. Alright, so we're gonna do a Grape Shot Blast to whittle them both down again. Alright, their turn. not the worst. I'm not gonna heal yet. Judgment.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
And then we've got one more going, so we're gonna smite him.
As the fiend
And
falls, a faint
that was a
hope
hiccup.
blossoms.
Everything seems to be going wrong during this
Ghoulish
let's play.
horrors, brought low
Not
and
in-game.
driven into the mud.
but out game. Alright, next room. Just ignore my hiccuping. Empty room, alright, let's keep going. Alright. Torch is getting a little low, let's use one. There's a pack. Packs are... Oh, don't you dare. Oh no! There better not have been anything good in there, because he's stealing my stuff. A key and 50 gold. Okay, not the worst. Reward not hard earned, Sir Reynold. Frickin' stealing my treasure. Could have used that stuff, you know. Whatever. I can take that loss, it's not that much. But, say it was something really good, like more gold than that. Yeah. Alright, next room battle. Again, we have a cultist acolyte. We have a cultist brawler. Now, brawlers can do bleeds, which is why I brought some bandages, because you're gonna find a lot of cultists in the ruins. You can find them in all areas, really, but you're gonna find them in the ruins a lot too. Play grenade the back row. Start stacking that up. But yeah, brawlers cause bleeds, and you're gonna want somebody who can either take off the bleed or take bandages. Pull, please resist. Resisted the pull. All right. We're actually gonna heal Reynold since he is getting a bit low there. Don't want him to get too low before I start healing. Okay. We're gonna use Zealous Accusation on the front row. Grape Shot Blast on 3 of them. And see how it's kind of like whittling down their health? It's a good thing. It really is a good thing.
Mortality
crit.
clarified in a single strike.
Now see, he'll probably bleed. No, he resisted the bleed. Look at that. That's awesome. Alright, Plague Grenade the back row again. And she dodged. That's alright, she still has Plague going on. And it killed her.
Inches.
That works for me. Alright, Grape Shot Blast again.
Press disadvantage.
Double kill.
Give them no quarter.
Alright. Ooh, what is that? 10% scouting
Seize
chance?
this momentum.
10%.
Push on to the task's end.
10% trap disarm, -1 speed. That's not bad. I actually might give it to Dismas here, just because he already has a pretty good scouting chance on his own. Highwaymen usually do. Alright. Chest, keyhole, use a key. Unless you want to be trapped. Alright, another anti-venom, 4 crests, which is another thing you need to upgrade buildings, and 50 gold. Alright. I'll take it. Alright, scouting chance. Let's see, trap, empty room. Oh, there's a curio down there. I might go for it. I might just have to do all the rooms. Because curios can be good or bad. But if it's another chest, then I can really use it. Alright, so when you encounter a trap, if it's on your map, like this, you'll get this little symbol here. When you hover over it, it tells you how much of a chance they have to disarm the trap. This is 60, 100, 60, and 50. Obviously, Dismas is going to disarm it because he has a 100% chance of disarming it. And disarming traps is great because it also lowers their stress. If there's not a symbol on the map, you're mostly going to just walk right into it because you won't be able to see it. That's kind of just how it goes, unfortunately. So this is the empty room here. And like I said, I'm going to go down because Curio. I know I'm going to end up backtracking, but it's worth it. Alright, so there's another trap right here. If we can get him close enough to disarm. Alright. Alright, now he's got no stress. Look at that. Gotta love it. We're gonna go ahead and use our torches.
The light, the promise of safety.
To hopefully surprise whoever's in here. When there's a curio on the map, there's always gonna be a battle. The only time you don't have a battle is if you have an empty room. Yay, they got surprised. This guy in the back, this bone arbalist, he can hit anybody he wants, and it can cause a bit of damage, so we're gonna try and get rid of it. Now, with skeletons or bones, whatever, they can be blighted, but like I said earlier, they cannot be bled, so blight is actually really good to use on them. Grape shot blast all three, start whittling them down. We're gonna use judgment on the back. Nice. He's only got 2 health left, so on his turn he'll actually die. That's great. Zealous accusation on the front. Oh, look at that crit! Double kill and a crit. Look at that. That was gorgeous. Alright. Making this easy on me.
Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
I mean, I know it ain't gonna be easy on me later on, but... Alright, since we have a lot of food, we're actually gonna stop. What you can do is if their health is low, or if... Well, yeah, if their health is low, you can double-click on the food once you have the character selected. They'll eat it and they'll gain some health. Probably going to do that for a couple characters here, just to kind of help them out. Alright, with these here, holy fountains, you can use a holy water on them, and you will be guaranteed a good result. You are not guaranteed a good result if you just investigate. Better safe than sorry. If you have the items to spare, better to spare them. Divine benefit. Oh, she got all that stress relief. That was awesome. The health was nice too, even though she was already fully healed, but you know, that stress relief, man, beautiful. Alright. Another interesting thing about the holy fountains is if your character is holy, or like if, well yeah, if they worship anything, if they're any sort of, with those kind of altars, you'll actually get better stuff. Like you're more likely to get stress relief, more likely to get healed. Just kind of how that works. Alright, we had to backtrack there because I wanted that curio so bad. I'm glad I got it. Alright, another pack. You keep your mitts off of it. Loot. Alright. Yeah, Reynolds not allowed to touch anything. Sniper's ring. 15% accuracy if in position 4. Well, let's see. Dudley is in position 4, so I'm actually going to give that to her. I'll take the food and the gold. Keep going. We're coming up on an empty room. And depending on whether or not I get a scout for the last room, I might just go for it. Alright. Sometimes when you're adventuring, this will pop up. Your characters are hungry. You can choose to eat the food if you have enough, get some health. If you don't eat the food, you lose health, and you actually might get a bit of stress as well. Which is never a good thing. Stress is not a good thing in this game. Keep your characters as, you know, de-stressed as possible. Alright, quest complete. Now we can go back to the hamlet, or we can continue adventuring. We've only got 1 room left, and I am curious, so we're gonna keep going. We got a scout, look at that. Anything. Alright, there's a room battle with treasure, so I'm actually gonna go for it. I mean, hell, treasure is a good thing. Because you could get anything. You can get more gold, you can get, more crests or portraits or something that you need to upgrade buildings. Alright, last torch, and we're gonna head into the room. We're gonna do this battle. Gonna get some treasure. Alright, this guy here, this bone quarter. Courtier? Quarter? Courtier? Quarter? Quarter. He will cause a lot of stress to your party. 19 stress already. He doesn't do a lot of damage, but that stress, yo. That's not good. Alright, plant grenade the back row. So we're gonna try and get rid of him and the arbalist because, yeah. Damage and stress, not good. Nice dodge. Grape shot blast. Start whittling him down. Now the bone defender, he can be kind of annoying because he can stun and knock back your party, but you know, you just gotta hope that your party has a good chance of resisting that kind of thing. Alright, judgment on you. Nice, down he goes. Axe blade, alright. 5 damage is not the worst that could happen. Although in the beginning, a little bit of damage can be a lot. You know what I think is really funny about Zealous Accusation is he's just showing them a piece of paper and they're like getting hit, like, oh no! It's so scary! It's glowing! The paper's glowing! I don't know. That's just me. I find it amusing. I'm easily amused. Ignore me. Alright, another one bites the dust. Got some stress relief on that. Ooh, right in the ribs too, ouch. I'm actually gonna heal him because he's getting down there. Crit heal, beautiful. Gotta love those crit heals. And he is completely stress-free now, that's nice. Alright, so we're gonna smite the defender. Down he goes. And we'll actually pistol shot him back here. Down he goes. Alright. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
As victories mount, so
key because
too
the keyhole.
will resistance.
What do we got here? Okay, we actually got a deed, a crest, and a portrait. Nice. All things we need. Now we can actually go to quest complete. Alright, so we got from that, we got 3,000 gold, 4 crests, and a dodge stone. Plus 4 dodge, minus 1 speed. Depending on the speed, that could be good. At the end of it, if you've completed the dungeon, you'll get your rewards, which were what were offered in the beginning. You'll get your collected treasure. It sells off everything that you'd brought with you, like if you have extra food, extra holy water, etc. It'll sell that off. And then you also have the gold that you collected. We collected 1,000 gold, totaling up to 1,300 in collected treasure. And then it'll show you all your heirlooms you got at the bottom. We got 4 busts, 1 portrait, 6 deeds, and 8 crests. Not bad. Again, over here we have 2 more that are level 1, and let's see what they've got going on. Weapon Tinker, minus 20% weapon upgrade cost. Nice. That'll be useful later. Ooh, claustrophobia, severe fear of enclosed spaces. I actually haven't really encountered that yet. Night Owl, plus 2 speed if torch below 26. That's good. Night Blindness, does 10% less damage if torch below 26. We might get rid of that when we're able to. Alright, back to the hamlet we go. Before we end this off.
All my life I could feel an insistent gnawing in the back of my mind. It was a yearning, a thirst for discovery that could be neither numbed nor sated.
Okay, I actually like this pop-up here because it's a good thing, because I was wanting to explain it anyway. Severe negative quirks. Over time, let me pull somebody up real quick. I can't do that yet. Alright, I'll explain it in just a minute. Week 2, Tavern is now unlocked, Abbey's now unlocked. They're both really good because they will de-stress your party here. They were all successful, goody goody. Alright, so I pulled him up. These are your negative quirks here in red. I'm sure I've explained that before. If they have a little skull symbol next to them, they become severe. They're locked in place for one, and for two, they cost a lot more to get rid of. So, I mean, that's not a good thing. If it's something bad, don't let it get severe. Just get rid of it as soon as you can. Unfortunately, we can't get rid of it yet, but I guess I'll explain that later. So, completed our run. That was good. I'm actually going to end this off here, and we'll start out next week explaining what the Abbey and the Tavern does. For now, I hope you all have a nice day. This is Dark Sama signing off.